Imagine a world where the First World War ends just as we remember it, but without Hitler, the embittered artist-turned-ideologue. The rough canvas of early 20th century Germany is splattered with the same socio-political hues: economic hardship, political instability, and the daunting task of rebuilding a nation from the ashes of war. Yet, there's a crucial difference. The Weimar Republic, though teetering on the brink, doesn't collapse into the abyss of totalitarianism. Without Hitler's fiery rhetoric and charismatic manipulation, the extreme ideologies failed to gain the deadly traction that the Nazi Party did. Instead of a descent into extremism, the German people, resilient and determined, focus on rebuilding their battered homeland and reforming their democratic institutions. The political landscape is still fraught with challenges, yet it's a struggle tackled with debate, diplomacy and democratic principles rather than the iron fist of a dictator. In this alternate reality, Germany avoids the descent into extremism, carving a different path for the decades to come. Without Hitler's rise to power, does World War II happen? It's a question that sends ripples through the fabric of both history and imagination. A different conflict might have emerged, possibly sparked by Italy under Mussolini, or perhaps Japan with its imperial ambitions. But even so, these fires of war may not have spread across the globe with the same fierce intensity as they did in our history. Without the aggressive push of Nazi Germany, this alternate World War II would likely remain more localized, more regional. The horrifying machinery of the Holocaust, a black chapter in human history, would never be set into motion. Millions of lives would be spared the unspeakable horrors of genocide. The world would still feel the tremors of a major conflict, but the devastation might not be as widespread. In this alternate reality, a world war still happens, but it's a different, less globally devastating conflict. In this alternate reality, Joseph Stalin's Soviet Union becomes the predominant force challenging democratic ideals. The Iron Curtain, that symbolic divider of ideologies, still descends upon Europe. However, with a democratic Germany standing firm, the struggle for supremacy becomes a more evenly matched contest. Stalin, unable to wield unchecked power, grapples with internal pressures, potentially curtailing his reign's duration and brutality. Thus, in this world without Hitler, the balance of power shifts eastward towards the Soviet Union. The European Union is conceived earlier and more willingly. Germany, in its gratitude for the international support in rebuilding its economy and political system, becomes a zealous advocate for European unity. The vision of a united Europe, free of the spectre of war, takes root and grows into a potent force by the mid-20th century. The EU, in this alternate timeline, is a robust organization, fostering scientific advancements, promoting peace, and becoming a beacon for philosophical enlightenment. A stronger, more unified Europe emerges sooner. The Cold War would undoubtedly still exist, a geopolitical chess game between democracy and communism. Yet, the space race's trajectory may have been altered without the German scientists who fled the Nazis. Their scientific prowess propelled the United States ahead in the competition to conquer the cosmos. Without them, the Soviets could have had an upper edge, turning the tides of this cosmic competition. The moon might bear a hammer and sickle instead of the American flag. With a less cataclysmic Second World War, European powers have more resources to manage their decolonization efforts more responsibly. Imagine a Middle East where borders are not hastily sketched by distant bureaucrats, but instead reflect the ethnic and religious divisions of the region. The tensions and conflicts that have plagued this area for decades might be less intense, less intractable. We could ponder a Middle East with fewer wars, less extremism, and more stability. The Middle East may have a different, possibly less conflict-ridden story. In a world without Hitler, the architecture of the modern era is substantially altered. The United Nations, a symbol of unity born from the ashes of World War II, might not exist as we know it. Created to prevent future global conflicts, its formation was a direct response to the catastrophic devastation caused by the Second World War. Without the same impetus, this international body might have taken a different form or perhaps not been formed at all. Similarly, our understanding and emphasis on human rights, particularly the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, might be less pronounced. This vital document, adopted in the aftermath of the Holocaust, was a clarion call to ensure such horrors were never repeated. In a world without Hitler, we might not have had such a stark reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink. Our present is different, shaped by a past that never happened.